8 wheels, a century of engineering, and a price tag that tells you, before you even open the door, that this is not a motorhome. This is a declaration. The engineering and performance of the 2026 Caterpillar 8x8 Overland RV begin not with a specification sheet, but with a legacy. Caterpillar has spent over 100 years building machines that operate in conditions that destroy everything else. Mining operations running continuously at altitude. Construction platforms working in temperature extremes that automotive engines cannot survive. Emergency response equipment deployed into disaster zones where no other vehicle can reach and no other vehicle is expected to continue functioning. The 8x8 Overland RV inherits that engineering standard completely and without compromise. The heavy-duty diesel powertrain produces torque figures that Overland and Motorhome platforms have never previously accessed, not peak torque designed to create a headline, but sustained torque designed for continuous operation under full load across every terrain type the Earth produces. 8 driven wheels distribute that power across a contact patch that transforms the traction equation entirely where conventional motorhomes stop, where 4-wheel drive Overland platforms struggle, and where 6-wheel platforms reach their limits. The 8x8 continues. Deep sand, loose rock, sustained steep gradient, river crossings, Arctic terrain, desert hardpan. The 2026 Caterpillar 8x8 Overland RV is designed to operate in all of them with equal confidence, because Caterpillar does not engineer for the best case, it engineers for the worst one. The price of this platform reflects that engineering depth. Honestly, this is not an affordable vehicle, and it was never intended to be. It was intended to be the last Overland RV anyone who owns one will ever need to buy, and at the level of engineering it delivers, that is not a marketing claim. That is a mechanical promise. The smart design and exterior of the 2026 Caterpillar 8x8 Overland RV carry Caterpillar's iconic signature finish across every panel and every surface, the most recognizable finish in the heavy equipment world. Applied here to a motorhome body that has no visual equivalent in any segment. 8 massive all-terrain tires on black heavy-duty rims anchor a stance so wide and so planted that the vehicle appears to belong to the landscape rather than sitting on top of it. The body is angular, structural, and armor-influenced in its construction philosophy. Every panel a load-bearing component, every surface a functional decision. Nothing present purely for aesthetic effect. The rooftop carries a full-length LED light array and a high-powered spotlight cluster that transforms night operations in remote environments into something this vehicle approaches without hesitation. The reinforced front structure integrates recovery equipment, additional lighting, and approach protection into a single architectural element rather than a collection of bolt-on additions, because Caterpillar engineers design for operational reality rather than showroom presentation. Integrated exterior storage runs the lower body perimeter, sealed and reinforced to Caterpillar's field equipment standard. Aerodynamic management of a body this size at highway speeds is addressed through roof profiling and body shaping decisions that reflect Caterpillar's experience building vehicles that spend more time at sustained highway speeds than most motorhome designers ever consider. The 2026 Caterpillar 8x8 exterior is not beautiful in the conventional sense. It is something more rare and more enduring than beautiful. It is purposeful. And purpose, at this level of engineering execution, is the most compelling aesthetic that exists. The interior and comfort of the 2026 Caterpillar 8x8 Overland RV is the moment where the machine reveals its most extraordinary contradiction and contradictions. When they are resolved with this level of skill, become the most memorable things about a vehicle. The outside of this machine communicates field equipment DNA from every angle. The inside communicates something entirely different. The living space is genuinely wide. The 8-wheel platform's interior footprint provides a floor plan with room that conventional motorhome architectures cannot approach, and that room has been used with the intelligence of designers who understood they were creating a permanent home for people who intended to go further and stay longer than any other motorhome owner in history. Premium seating designed for extended occupation across terrain that would destroy standard furniture. A sleeping environment with full acoustic isolation from the powertrain and road noise, complete window blackout capability, and a sleeping platform sized and configured for genuine restorative rest rather than managed discomfort. A kitchen equipped for real cooking by people who expect real food regardless of how remote their location is. Not a road trip convenience, but a professional culinary space that happens to be moving. Every material in the interior is selected for the dual standard of durability and refinement surfaces that survive the operational reality of this vehicle while communicating the investment its owner has made. This interior does not ask its occupants to trade comfort for capability. It delivers both without negotiation. That resolution, the complete resolution of the oldest compromise in the motorhome world, is the interior achievement of the 2026 Caterpillar 8x8 Overland RV. And it is impossible to fully appreciate until you experience it directly. Off-grid capability on the 2026 Caterpillar 8x8 Overland RV is not a feature category. It is the mission. Caterpillar builds machines for environments where infrastructure does not exist, and the 8x8 Overland RV carries that operational philosophy into its power, water, and systems architecture with complete conviction. Multi-source power generation combining high-capacity battery storage, onboard generation, and solar harvesting produces genuine electrical independence for weeks of continuous remote operation without external connection. Water management includes storage, filtration, and recycling systems engineered for the multi-week self-sufficiency that the vehicle's terrain capability makes not just possible, but expected. Every system in the 8x8 Overland RV is designed to function in the places where this vehicle's 8 wheels will eventually take it, places where the nearest power grid is hundreds of miles away, where the nearest clean water source requires filtration, and where the nearest communication tower is outside the horizon. The connected technology platform provides real-time monitoring and control over every vehicle system from a single interface. Designed for reliability in environments where external connectivity is absent, the 2026 Caterpillar 8x8 Overland RV does not need the world's infrastructure. It carries its own. Safety and handling on the 2026 Caterpillar 8x8 Overland RV reflect Caterpillar's operator protection standards applied to a living platform, standards that sit in a genuinely different category from anything the recreational vehicle industry has historically applied. Stability management across 4 axles and 8 driven wheels requires real-time computational intelligence of a kind that conventional motorhome stability systems are not designed to provide. And the 8x8's handling architecture manages torque distribution, suspension response, and body attitude across all 4 axles simultaneously to maintain predictability and control in conditions that would destabilize any conventional platform significantly. Structural integrity is built to Caterpillar's field equipment standard, the same engineering philosophy that keeps equipment operators safe in genuinely dangerous working environments, applied here to protect the occupants of a living space operating at the extreme edge of what the overland world considers possible. Safety on this vehicle is not a specification. It is the foundation on which everything else was built. Versatility and value on the 2026 Caterpillar 8x8 Overland RV are the categories that complete the argument, and the argument, once complete, is the most compelling one in the overland and motorhome space. This machine serves the long-duration expedition traveler and the documentary production crew, the scientific field researcher and the emergency response operator, the family planning the journey of a lifetime, and the individual who has decided that conventional travel is no longer sufficient. It operates on every paved surface on Earth and on terrain that has never been paved. It sustains off-grid living for durations that no other overland platform can match. Who is this vehicle built for? It is built for the person who has looked at every other overland and motorhome option on the market and found all of them lacking not in one area, but in the totality of what they could offer. It is built for the person who understands that the most expensive vehicle is not the one that costs the most to buy, but the one that compromises the most during use.